Confidence Network for the strong, not the weak.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. Welcome to the Black Excellence and Abundance Channel. There was a time when Christopher Columbus was heavily pushed and accepted as the greatest explorer the world has ever known. However, there were other explorers that existed in the world during Columbus' time and long before he ever set sail. Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the lesser-known explorers, but who were just as important, and some long before Christopher Columbus ever set foot on the American shores. First, we'll look at Abu Bakari, brother to Mansa Musa, the richest man in the world. Second, Pedro Alonso Nino, another navigator and great explorer. We will then look into some of the exploits of Juan Garrido. And lastly, Estevanico Esteban. These are 4 explorers of many that we will be taking a brief look at today, long before the discovery of America. Western scholars have all but ignored, dismissed, and discredited the fact that Africans had contact with the Americas long before Columbus. But scholars such as Dr. Ivan van Sertima and Sheikh Anta Diop rejected this in the books They Came Before Columbus, published in 1976, and The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality, published in 1974. But they were not alone. Decades before, respected Harvard lecturer Leo Weiner, a Russian-born scholar of Polish-Jewish heritage who was a polyglot skilled in more than 20 languages, noted the African presence in the 1920s book, Africa and the Discovery of America. As others have staked claims as the dominant voice, especially the so-called New World, their version of events have endured. As with every other position in the world, African peoples were explorers as well. And the following are a few that we all should know. Researchers have discovered that Abu Bakari once ruled the Mali Empire, and they have discovered that he is the main force behind the African arrival to the Americas prior to Columbus. Abu Bakari Musa ruled the Mali Empire, and he is said to be the son of Kalanki, sister of Sun Diata Keita, the founding emperor of the great Mali Empire in West Africa. In 1311, Abu Bakari relinquished his throne to Mansa Musa to pursue his belief that the Atlantic Ocean, similar to the river Niger, had another bank. Already during his rule, Abu Bakari had funded a 200-boat expedition to find the bank. When only one ship returned, with the captain reporting that a current swept the rest of the fleet away, prompting him to turn back, Abu Bakari put together a 2,000-boat expedition that he himself led. It is believed that Abu Bakari, who never returned home landed at what is now Brazil, and that some of the previous boats landed throughout the Americas. Some of the ships arrived in what is now Mexico and even in Colorado. This is why Warner and others before and after him note early remnants of African culture in the Americas, some of which was found by Columbus upon his arrival almost 200 years later. And folks, let's be honest, we have no way of knowing what Abu Khari looked like, but the following slides are drawings of what he may have looked like. But one thing we do know for sure, that he was a great explorer that arrived into the shores of Americas long before what is widely accepted as the discovery in 1492. Described as El Negro, navigator and explorer, Pedro Alonso Nino had long been acknowledged for accompanying Columbus on his first expedition to the Americas in 1492 as the pilot of the Santa Maria. Although Pedro is one of the most well-known of Columbus' crew, he was not alone. His brothers Francisco and Juan were also part of Columbus' voyages. In their home of Margor, Spain, they were prominent sailors with experience on Atlantic voyages. Reportedly, Pedro even sailed the West African coast. During the first Columbus voyage, Juan helmed the ship Lania, which he also owned. Francisco was most likely a sailor on the Lania. The brothers also took part in Columbus's second voyage, in which it is well documented that Pedro was with Columbus when he allegedly discovered Trinidad. Yes, imagine that. He discovered a land that was also inhabited by millions. Yeah, right. The sons of Pedro and Juan are believed to have participated in Columbus's voyages as well. Another great explorer from the 1500s is Juan Grillo. Born in Africa, Juan was enslaved in Portugal but began his career in exploration in Salve, Spain, probably as a slave. Around 1502 or 1503, he landed in Santo Domingo. Later, Grillo was elevated to the status of conquistador and was with Ponce de Leon during his search for the Fountain of Youth in Florida in 1513. Grillo was also part of the Hernando Cortez-led invasion of Mexico in 1519, which resulted in the conquest of the Aztec. Later, he participated in expeditions to Michoacán in Mexico in the 1520s and traveled to islands in San Juan and Cuba as well. Grillo, who married and fathered 3 children, settled in Mexico City. To secure land that, based on his service, should have been his automatically, he provided testimony of his exploits of his 30 years as a conquistador without pay in 1538. Today, he is also credited with harvesting the first commercial wheat crop in the Americas. And perhaps the most well-known is Estevanico Esteban. By most accounts, Esteban was sold into slavery around 1513 in the Portugal-controlled Azamora on Morocco's Atlantic coast at the age of 10 to 13 and brought to Spain, where he became the servant of Andre Durantes de Carranza. With Durantes, Esteban, who was labeled a Moor by most historians, traveled to Cuba to join the Panico de Narvaez expedition to conquer Florida for Spain. Although raised a Muslim, Esteban converted to Catholicism, which was also a requirement to participate in Spanish expeditions to the Americas. Esteban also participated in explorations of Cuba and northern Mexico. So you see, folks, exploration is nothing new to black people. Black people have been exploring the world since the world was in existence. And since there was a sea, black people have been traveling the high seas. Ladies and gentlemen, our research has found that the first Americans were African. And if you find that your research have found another people that were here before the Africans, please let us know so that we can do a follow-up video. And we will gladly make any corrections necessary. But as of right now, we're sticking to the research that suggests that they were African. If only the truth could be told. Another hidden fact about this country is that many of the so-called Native Americans were also black people. As a matter of fact, the majority of so-called Native Americans were dark-skinned people. And as we talk about the explorers, let's not forget Matthew Henson, the first man to ever set foot on the North Pole, a black man. The Black Excellence and Abundance Channel, where black history is every day. Thanks for watching. And please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And always remember, thou art rich.
It's your boy D Greatest from South Central. Tune in on Sunday for Sunday Night Love Jones, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And on Mondays for Monday Night Love Jones, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for good music, good conversation, and good vibes. It's all about the love. Yeah, man.
Welcome aboard. This is Build and Destroy. I am HRap. This is a podcast about my people, our lives, our families, our successes, and our history. Coming to you live and direct every Saturday. Or you can catch us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Deezer, iTunes, or wherever you download your podcast at. You can also come back to Spreaker.com, look for Built for This Network, and you'll be in tune. Now let's go.
Thank you for tuning in. This is HRap. Coming at you as usual, live and direct. It is Saturday, so that is good morning. That is good afternoon. That is good evening. That is good night, depending on where you're listening. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. It's really, I appreciate every listen that I have if at all possible, can you please hit the like button and share on your social media network? Share. Please subscribe to the YouTube station, Built for This Network Radio. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to come to you again. This has been an interesting week as usual, but you know how I start each and every week of the show. I like to start it off by acknowledging my ancestors. And when I do that, what I do is send up respect and blessings to them. They send down protection and blessings to me. So I do it every week. I do it on every one of my shows. Well, actually, I don't do it on every one of my shows, but I should. But I do it on my shows to just pay homage to my family. And again, before I do that, I want to let you know that you can subscribe. Please subscribe at Spreaker.com, Built for This Network. Please go to YouTube, Built for This Network Radio. Please to go to Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, and Podcast Addict, and subscribe to Built for This Network as well. Doing that is doing me and the brothers and sisters at Built for This Network a gigantic favor. It is really helping us so we can continue to bring you this content full-throated. And with that being said, I want to thank my ancestors. That's everybody in my family that's connected to the Pollard family, the Whitmore family, the Turner family, the Battle, Cotton, Harper, Bailey, Chris, Lansdowne, Liggins, Duncan, and anybody who knows me, my dad, my brothers and sisters. We the Williams clan, we in the building. It has been a very interesting week, to say the least. And what I want to talk about, I'm actually going to do something I rarely do. I'm going to open up my phone lines because I think maybe you just don't need to hear me all day. I got a lot to say, but I'm looking for feedback on the things that's been going on this week. It has been an interesting week, to say the least. A lot of people in my community are angry. A lot of people in my community are disheveled, so to speak. And I want to know what's on your mind. You know, if you got a lot on your mind, today is the day that I want you to share with me what's on it, because that's how you come to a problem. You know, I do a whole lot of talking, but I listen more than you would ever think. As much as I talk in my life, you would be surprised at how much I listen, because that's actually the way you learn. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason. And that's so you can listen more than you can speak. And today, hopefully, I will do a lot of listening. But with that being said, I'm going to just jump right off the porch. People in my community, you are in the midst of a war. And that sounds melodramatic. Man, come on, rap, you tripping. But it's the truth. We are in the midst of a war. We are under attack. Ignorance is at an all-time high. To quote Chuck D, he said that 30-something years ago, and people thought that was just a cool thing to say. But at this point it is. What disappoints me is this. This is what disappoints me at the end of the day. We just left what is known as the information age. And for lack of better verbiage, the community is more ignorant than ever. And I mean that in the clinical definition of the word ignorant. We are uninformed, but we walk around with computers in our hand. We say whatever comes to mind first. And in the event that someone shows you a different way, it seems as if we laugh it off or pretend that it wasn't said, or act as if the person who's presenting the truth to you is wrong, or he's attempting to damage something about you. And that's just not the way to hold this thing down. If you disagree, that's cool. That's cool. Show me, or the person or whoever you're dealing with, that their information is erroneous And if you're talking to an adult, you should be able to have a conversation that will put you in a position in which you or the people who are listening to you or whatever's going on, that should put them in a position of, okay, well, let's see what's going on then. If that's not the way you want to do this, or if that's not the way things work, educate me on how it works, and then we can move forward. But it seems that people get upset, they get their feelings in the way. If you know one more word than them, they treat you like you've done something to them, and I just don't understand that. And in order to get away from that lifestyle or put ourselves in an advantageous situation, what I want to do is start having conversations about what's really going on. You've heard me say this before, you hear me say it again. Initially, I wasn't engaged in the political or the civic way to do things because at the end of the day, I didn't have a lot of faith in that system. But I do understand how things work. In order to work, as we say in Chicago, in order for you to work your number, you have to be a part of something. So I'm not going to just complain about things anymore. I've taken a mantra of I will do. I won't complain anymore. Just, hey, what can we get done? And we are at a crossroads. We are truly at a crossroads in the United States of America. You have a fascist. I don't care what the hell you think. You have a fascist in the office of the president. This dude is attempting to turn this into a dictatorship. His white supremacist ways are seeping into the traditional way of thinking. And the truly sad part is you have a lot of my brothers and sisters who are starting to sign up for this. And I'm sick and tired of the people going, hey man, how is this going to affect me? Well, it's going to affect you because you don't know basic civics. You complain about things that haven't been done for you or done in to improve your community. And that's what brings about my question of the day. What is it that you want done for your community? What is it that, the Democratic Party didn't do this? And I'm not caping for the Democratic Party at all. I'm not caping for any party. But what I would like to know is, what is it that you want done? See, in order to get things accomplished, you must set expectations. Like, you expect your kids to do their work in school. So when they leave for school, do what you're supposed to do at school. And when you say that, you expect your kids to come back with A's and B's because your kids have been raised properly. It gave them the expectation of them listening, doing what you asked them to do in school, doing what is asked of them in regards to the lesson plan, and then they'll get the education that you sent them to school for. And that's the line of thinking, right? But in a lot of cases, we haven't set expectations for politicians. And we complain. And then the thing is, what good is it to identify what is wrong if you have no intentions on fixing it? You don't even have a game plan. That's like coming to my house, you hungry as hell, starving, right? And I'm sitting there eating, and you don't say anything. And you just starve. Or when I got there, I was eating, let's say I was eating a snack. And then you leave my house and say, yo man, Rap, sat there and ate a bowl of grapes and didn't even offer me any. I was starving. Now, some people may say common manners is, hey, would you like some? But if maybe I was just finishing off the bowl of grapes or whatever. But if you don't open your mouth and state what you really want, how is someone or an entity expected to say what you're supposed to do? My man DJ Knox just made a comment in the chat room, like Ice Cube said, put a list of demands for our community or city. Exactly. But we don't do that. We just go, what Obama didn't do. What Obama did do. Well, actually, I've never heard any people speak about what he did do, which is a sad commentary. Because, as I stated, Big Illinois can attest to it. Me and Big Illinois were on the phone early today. And he was just scrolling through his news feed or what have you. And he keeps seeing things that Kamala Harris did. Things, bad things about Kamala Harris. I told y'all, in accordance to what you look up, there are algorithms that follow you around, that let them know what you like. They automatically categorize you and send those kinds of things, whether they're positive or negative, to your feed. So when you Google things, that's what you're dealing with. That's exactly what you'll be dealing with. So, again, that's why I said it's a war going on. You think, when most people think of war, they may think of violence and people getting hurt. But it's a mental and spiritual war as well. You don't need to be the smartest at whatever it is in the world that's going on. You need to just run your leg of the race, so to speak. Now, if your leg of the race is informing people, like I'm hoping that's what I'm doing presently, then that's your leg. Maybe somebody else's leg who's listening is to run for office or what they call a community organizer or what have you. MC Rhymefest is that guy. And these are the things that I'm talking about. Everybody can't do everything, but to quote Killer Mike out of Atlanta, if everybody does a little, then nobody has to do too much. And it seems as if a lot of people that I know have gotten comfortable in complaining about things. Because, see, it's easy to identify a problem. It really is. The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain about something that's happening in the world today. You can complain about Reverend Jackson. You can complain about the Minister Louis Farrakhan. You can complain about Al Sharpton. You can complain about Joe Madison, Karen Hunter, Clay Kane. Oh, they ain't doing nothing. But the question remains is exactly what are you doing? And if you want to participate in the conversation via phone, the number 773-797-2409. That's 773-797-2409. The number's in the chat room. If I said it too fast, 773-797-2409. I'd love to hear your voice. But it just seems as if, to me, and I don't have a problem being wrong. I don't have a problem with you disagreeing with me. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. But what I have noticed is people, they'll just sit around and complain. And the people who claim, hey man, this isn't going to affect me. Yeah, it might not. It may not. You may be one of the lucky few, but I'm quite sure you know somebody that it will affect. I'm sure of that. Because, when people say, this stuff ain't going to affect me, okay, it may not. But what in the event that it does affect you, then what? Are you going to be asking people, hey man, help me out? Man, see, then are you going to be standing around talking about, hey man, brothers need to stick together? Because it's brothers need to stick together because you need help, or is it brothers need to stick together, period? See, don't wait until your ass is on fire before you start trying to help people. Friend Black Swan just said, HRap, what would you suggest be a good way to add to your community to get together and make some real changes? To be honest with you, Swan, I I don't know. It depends on what your community needs. I mean, like I've said a million one times, I'm not trying to avoid the question, but why not just start off with something small? Whatever you think you need, see if you can get together with people and see if they can add that to your community. That's the thing. Whatever, it could just be the fact of finding somebody to support, spreading the word of support. I'm quite sure that community activists on every corner these days. There's somebody who's caping for your community every time you turn around. What it is, Swan, in my opinion, again, this is pure opinion, but what I've noticed is a lot of people, they stand on the sideline and complain and say, this ain't happening, that ain't happening. And they don't have a game plan for this or that. So to answer your question directly, if you think you need lights, if you think you need lights in your community, more street lights, or your street lights always out, I'm quite sure find a person who's a community activist. More than likely, they are running for office as well, or have aspirations of running for office. And then what they'll do is you talk to them and make your presence felt, and you stay on top of it until you get the results that you request. That would be the best way I think you can handle it. Because when you see a problem and you find somebody who can help you with that problem, that's your leg of the race. That's your leg of the race. You know, you don't have to be out in front like Malcolm X pointing it out. You don't have to be on the street with guns like Huey Newton and the rest of the Black Panther Party. You don't have to be beating the drum of independence and unity and things of that nature. You could just be one of the people who hand the people who's doing that water. See, that's the thing. You could just support. You could do some research and support people who are down for the cause. Because anybody who's listening to me can attest to this. It ain't no more heartwarming words in the English language or any language than, man, thank you. I appreciate you. You say that to the right person at the right time, they could be like, that person who's a community activist could be on the edge of like, man, these people ain't never gonna do shit. I can go get me a job. And Black Swan walk up and say, you know what, Mr. or Mrs. such and such, I've been watching you for years do this. I really appreciate you. Is there anything I can do to help? And that may be the thing that takes them away from the ledge. And not that in itself may be your mission in regards to improving your community. So find the people who need the support, help them get the word out. When they running for office, help them hand out flyers, do voter registration, educate your family members and friends on what's going on. See, it's 1,000,001 ways you can improve your community, but it really has to be whatever it is in you to do it. That's what you should do. Don't overextend yourself, because if you overextend yourself and step out of character, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be like, man, screw this. I don't want to do this. My man DJ Knox said we have to plant a seed for our youth and charity and helping our community, put together lunch programs, etc. To reach, I had that growing up. That's why I do charity to this day. Exactly. Shout out to DJ Knox. Thank you, Black Swan, for both of y'all for adding to the show. Thank you, both of you guys, man. Thanks to both of you guys. Because think about it like this. When you're reaching out trying to help somebody, there is no wrong way to do it. There is no wrong way to help somebody. Shannon Sharp say this on one of my favorite shows, Every Day. There's no wrong time to do the right thing. There is not a wrong time to do the right thing. My man D. Graves from South Central just said we need We need more, if any, mentor programs that support the parents. Exactly. That's the one good thing. Programs that are guiding our youth and teaching them about self, about community, about unity, about economics, about history, and support is backed with love. Thank you, the greatest. Much love to you, brother. Again, thank you for being a contributor to the show. And that's what we need to do, y'all, because when you do those kinds of things, brothers and sisters, this is what puts us and you in a situation so you won't have to stress. To go back to my sister Black Swan, why don't you introduce yourself to all your neighbors? That's just because, see, to create unity, you have to have familiarity. Ain't nobody trying to unify with strangers. Because at the end of the day, you don't know if the dude to the left of you or to the right of you when you walk out your doors, he axe murder. But if you introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm your neighbor. I know y'all heard me speak about it before. It's a guy who's on the TV show Chicago Fire. His name is Joe on the show. Joe Cruz on the show. And his name is Joe in real life. One day I was walking in the house with some groceries. He walked up to me and said, "What's up, man? How you doing?" I said, "Hey, how you doing?" It was like and then the stupid part is it was weird for me to just speak to him. I said, "Hey, man, anybody ever tell you look like that dude on Chicago Fire?" He said, "That is me." So yesterday I was walking in the house. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm Brian." He said, "I'm Joe." Didn't know his name was Joe. His name is Joe on the show. His name just happened to be Joe on in real life. But that's how you create unity. You know, once upon a time, we knew everybody on our block. Both sides of the street. Up and down the street, we knew some old nosy ass neighbor that was going to snitch on you if you was doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. We knew it was semi-creepy old man looking at the girls, but that's all he did was look. And he didn't cause any harm. Some of them did. We never spoke about it. And some of them didn't. And, you know, it was a community of different people. It was just a community of different people on in our community that comprised everybody who we lived around. And, you know, we've gotten away from that. We've let the world tell us that everybody in the world around us is weird and everybody around us is stupid or what have you, or, hey man, I don't want to talk to you because you don't do what I do. I'm a better person than you. Or you know what? You don't believe in the God that I believe in. Therefore, I can't talk to you, or any other made up nonsense that y'all let these people who control the country put you in a position to talk about. But at the end of the day, it's on you. See, we always point the finger when it's unnecessary. Now, one thing I'm going to do, speaking of pointing the finger, I'm about to point the finger, and I'm finna offend the hell out of a lot of people. But all I know is this. The bigots in the United States of America who are in power are the reason your neighborhood is fucked up. If your neighborhood is not the way you want it to be, it's because of the bigots who run this country called white folks. These white bigots who are in power, Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump, and the lackeys that are up under them, it's their fault. Because, as you just heard at the top of the show, there's been exploration throughout the world by people that look like me. You don't hear about wars because some brothers went to China and they kicked off a war. And brothers was there. If you look at some of their statues, Chinese people don't have big lips and curly hair. If you don't believe me, what I'll do later on in Build and Destroy, I'll post that. I'll post it and brothers are going to work it out. I'll post it throughout every piece of media I have. And you tell me are those people hair looking like that? What made them make a statue with kinky looking hair and big lips? When you look at in the 60s, well actually late 50s, 60s, and 70s, the Vietnam War. The Vietnamese had the wherewithal to say, black man, we ain't got no issue with you. Native Americans. You just heard the man say that what he has says we were here first. But the Mexican population, they ain't no problems with us. I mean, the Hawaiian people, the Polynesian people, nobody where you going, Asia, they ain't never had no issues with brothers. Even in the Mediterranean, Cleopatra and Mark Antony from the Greeks, the Italians, they ain't had no issues with us. But the people in Europe, sorry folks, the racist, bigoted people that came from Europe, they kicked it. They kicked it off, man. See, we want to talk about people in our family. Oh, well, my uncle, and this is a private conversation, I'm not going to tell you who I had it with. Well, my dad had racism. And, you know, he didn't like dark-skinned black people. But where did that come from? He ain't like light. Some people don't like light-skinned people. Where did that come from? It come from the bigots who control this country and throughout the world. Because, again, there's documented proof that you go down to Australia, the Aboriginals, they look like me. And it is documented proof that in the what did they call it? The British Empire had control of that continent, and then they tried to breed out the darkness of the Aboriginal. This is documented fact. So what we need to do is stop pointing out, my nose is running. I got a fever. I got a cough. No, you have a cold. It's time to disinfect it and disinfect your surrounding areas, and then you will slowly heal from the cold. And if you are a person judging people in accordance to what they look like, and because they are a heathen, all a heathen mean is different. Yeah, the little nugget right there. Heathen just means different. Does not mean bad. Just like sanctified just means separate. Separate yourself from the food. So sanctify yourself from the heathens. And you think, oh, it's just like the word ignorant. People think ignorant means stupid and dumb, and I hate you don't call me ignorant. Nah, ignorant just means don't know. Uninformed. But again, you know, I'm not going to turn this into a hate the white man segment, because it ain't the hate the white man segment. It's the hate the wicked white folks of the world. Because guess what? All those colloquialisms that we use to insult people, we didn't create those. Somebody else did. This is a country that used to have signs: no Jews, no Italians, no niggas, no dogs. Listen to that. That's 100 years ago. That sign used to hang up in this country, throughout this country. You see what I'm saying? Who mistreated these people? The biggest of the world, who have no place to do. They have nothing to do, nothing to contribute. I'm just saying, man. When you got time to dissect people in regards to who they pray to, who they love, what they look like, you got too much fucking time in your hands. Because when you go through all these people who they discriminate against, look at what they contributed to the world, and look at what the biggest contributed to the world. That's all I'm saying. So instead of looking at your brother and sister and saying, brothers need to get their shit together, sisters need to straighten their shit out, why don't you go to the root cause of why you believe your brother and your sister is not acting the way you think they should act, or the way social standards have created for them to act? That's probably because I'm only focused on my community. Everybody else, you could just add in how you feel about your community. But I bet you, if you got a lot of crime in your area, The music and arts programs, ain't a whole lot of technology programs. There's not a lot of emotional support in the form of high school counselors or after school programs that you can tend to people. The job situations in the late 60s here in Chicago, they had white flight where white folks and all the jobs moved to the suburbs and took away opportunities. Did the same thing in Detroit. And then what happens? Now, what I will do is this. Since you do have a runny nose, since you do have a cough, and you do know that this is a virus out there, it's your fault to take it. Make sure your area, your common area, stay sanitized, metaphorically. And what I mean by that is this. When you see people removing places of employment, when you see people defunding leaving, you must double down on engagement. Instead of saying, see, they don't want us to. Not a problem. Y'all gone, that's not a problem. Well, we're going to double down and create our own grocery stores. We're going to double down and create our own technology. And we're going to go to our aldermen, our committeemen, our councils, city councils, and things of that nature, and make sure they request funding from the government so we can create our own situations. And then when they are where they are and we are where we are, and just let them stay where they are. See, because everybody is not bigoted. Everybody isn't racist. A lot of us are just living on pure ignorance because we listen to other people and what they have to say about us, which is asinine. Oh, the TV said this. Then those same people will tell you that the TV always lying on us. The media be lying all the time. But I saw this on the media. So what we need to do is come up with a 10-point program to protect ourselves. Because, again, as me and Big Illinois was talking today, and I have been planning on saying it anyway, your president has appointed more federal judges. He's put more judges on the bench that will affect your life than anybody since Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. Some of y'all were not alive when Jimmy Carter was the president. Again, some of the people who are even in my chat room don't know who the hell Jimmy Carter is. Because he was president before you were on Earth. And again, if you want to participate, this is Build and Destroy on Built for This Network. Please like, subscribe, share. And if you want to participate in the conversation, 773-797-2409 is the number. 773-797-2409 is the number. But, yeah, I'm sorry you can't call Ron. And I do appreciate the support up there in Canada, but it is what it is, brother. But, well, in the future, Ron, this is what I want you to do. See if you can create an email address on Google and say you're in America, which will give you a Google Hangouts number that you can call from that will say you're in America, and then you use that and call the number in America. Might be a way to circumvent the problem, but if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But as I was stating, getting back to the circuit court judges, when you got to do stocking the circuit court judges, oh man, whoever the president is, it don't make a difference. Oh, okay. Now, one of the things this president is attacking is women's rights. So let me see. What is important to women? One of the things that I notice about women is this: women go to the doctor like you wouldn't believe. So when you hear people say things like reproductive rights, that's not only about abortion. Most women go get a pap smear twice a year. Guess who's not going to be able to go get a pap smear twice a year anymore? You, because you supported a fascist. See, the thing is, when he continues to stock the courts, and then he's gonna put this Roe versus Wade thing back in front of the Supreme Court, And the lady who he had nominated, she's part of a coalition called the the Handmaidens. And their mantra, I don't know if it still is, at one point their mantra used to be, women have no place in leadership. But she's going to take the Supreme Court position, and she's currently a judge. Kind of contradictory, but we all know when you're a bigoted and a racist, you contradict yourself at all times. So this is something you must deal with on a daily basis. For example, these people from these, another thing that one of your civil liberties is being attacked. The right to protest. And what they're going to do is they can do whatever the hell they want to. And when you have to appeal this, if you have a judge who thinks like a fascist, who was placed on the bench like a fascist, he's going to follow fascist ideology. And then when you follow a fascist ideology, you will get the results of a fascist regime. And 1965, Naturalization Act. That means if your parents are in America and they are not legal, quote unquote, legal citizens, and you're born here as of today, you're an American citizen. They're going to be able to kick your ass. That will be, they usually don't go retroactive. But going forward, you won't be a citizen, and then at some point they can decide you need to go. I know people who will come over here pregnant. I know some people who are from other countries. I'm not even going to say because one of those people live here. They shared this with me in private before. Their parents came over here with a visa, had her here so she could have citizenship, and went on back home. So now she got dual citizenship. Where she from and over here. The fact that we have to have papers, freedom papers, to travel around the world is foolish in itself. And I don't want to get too preachy because, like my man Chuck D, when you get too preachy, you put people to sleep and you remove the masses to them asses the way they want to, because then you put people to sleep and they ain't paying attention to you no more. But these are some of the things that I'm telling y'all that they're trying to remove from your civil liberties. Protests. That's what I just mentioned a second ago. So when you go out there and protest and you got one or two people saying, hey man, this is nonsense, go to hell, Donald Trump, they'll write that up as hate speech or anti-government speech, and then they arrest you. And then you got to go to court and see if you can get one of these judges to overturn it. And some of these dudes who were arrested recently, one of the judges, ironically, that was appointed by Jimmy Carter, he did overturn that and say they were eligible for bail. But the bail is set at $250,000 and that's $25,000. Who has $25,000 just laying around? You have to have a strategy. Another thing that they're doing for the brothers and sisters throughout the nation that's listening to me, they're removing you from voter rolls. And what that means is this. They are just going through, and if they see a name that's extremely common, Jackson, Washington, Smith, Johnson, black last names traditionally, what they're doing, we seen this like the dude Shakura. Mitch McConnell came out and said, this dude been dead for years. It's Tupac. And then they found out that this dude really lived there, and they removed his name from the voter roll. Didn't apologize, just removed his name from the voter roll. Then they were forced to do it. Put it back. How about this? If y'all think this is going to happen to random people, it's this lady down there, I think she in Marietta, Georgia, been living in the same house for more than 50 years. She went to the same school for more than 50 years to vote. They kicked her out and wouldn't let her vote. Y'all ready for this? The reporters come to her house. One of the reporters says this. You know Dr. King? She said, yeah, he my cousin. He used to come here and eat dinner every time he was in Atlanta. Dr. King's cousin was removed from the voter roll. This lady ain't missed voting one time in the last 50 some odd years. Lived in the same house that Dr. King used to come to because that's his damn cousin. But they took it upon themselves to remove. So when you are engaged, you still got white supremacy working against you. And if y'all don't think this is something that's happened, Barack Obama spoke about this when he was running for president. And that's why he was always saying, hey, just get out the vote, get out the vote, get out the vote. And then you got people, how's that going to help? Okay, if it's not going to help you, then cool. When these dudes get in play and some of your rights are stripped because you don't like black folks or you don't think it's important to vote, you listen to P. Diddy and this guy was with a Rock the Vote t-shirt on, Vote or Die t-shirt on. Then they checked his black ass when he registered to vote. See, so why are we going to listen to P. Diddy when you ain't even registered to vote? You hollering Rock the Vote and your ass can't vote because you ain't registered. So now you're going to say, don't vote? Well, hell, give me $1 million and I won't vote. Ice Cube, Puff Diddy, Puff Daddy, T.I. If y'all get it, it's 44 million black people, 44 to 50 million brothers in this country. Go door to door to all our cribs, hand us $1 million each, and I won't vote. Up until you do that, don't talk to me about what I should or should not do. With your phony ass. If voting wasn't important, why is it that there's a certain strand of people that's trying to stop you from doing it? Ain't nobody stopping me from putting on the same pair of socks for the next 6 weeks. Because that's only important to me. If I want fungus on my feet, then I won't change my socks. But if I don't want it, I'm going to change my socks and wash my behind every day. Don't nobody care about me not eating. Well, it's people that care. But it ain't nobody that care about me eating a bag of Doritos every day. Because it's not affecting them. If I wanted to smoke weed every day, if I could afford the weed, nobody would care. Because it doesn't affect anybody. People only try to take things away from you that affects everybody, that means something. If you don't understand that this will affect you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, let me ask you this. Are you upset with the fact that the sister Breonna Taylor was murdered in her crib? You want to call in 773-797-2409. Numbers in the chat room 773-797-2409. If you're upset about the sister Breonna Taylor being murdered, then it just affected you. Because guess what? This is why I say that. Everybody is pissed off at Daniel Cameron. Man, he a sucker. Man, he a sellout. Man, he ain't nothing. He sold us out. No, he didn't. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Roll with his crew. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He rolling with the people who got him there. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll rap. You done jumped off the porch. You sound crazy. This is why. Daniel Cameron is a registered Republican. He is an underling of Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell walked him through the game. He's a protege. If you understand who Mitch McConnell is and what he has been for the last 45, 50 years, then anybody rocking with Mitch McConnell, you don't want to rock with. Everybody knows this, right? Okay. This dude ran as a Republican in a state that 48% of the population are registered Democrats. 43% of the population are Republicans. Please explain to me how Daniel Cameron got that job as Attorney General. If you don't understand, I do, because you didn't get your Democratic ass up and vote. See, we could complain about, man, these dudes racist, these dudes bigoted, they don't like us. You can tell they on BS. We can do that all day long. We can do that twice on Sunday. We can do it every chance you like. We can point out all the flaws in the Republican Party. They don't like us. They don't do this. They don't do that. We can do that till the cows come home. But you know what you can't do? Say that them people don't go out and support their people at the polls. That's what you can't do. You cannot do that. Because anytime you got 48% of the population as registered Democrats and a Republican dude gets a job in that state, it's something wrong. 43% of the population is Republican and the other people are undecided. So, just on sheer numbers, he should have never got that job. But it ain't important to me. So if it ain't important to you, I bet you Breonna Taylor family thinking, damn, I should have got my ass out there. She wouldn't be alive, more than likely. But the people who would have held those people accountable would have been potentially people who are allegedly on your side. And then that's when you can throw that out there. The vote don't work, this some BS. Because if you put somebody in office and they don't do your bidding, then now you got the right to complain. You got the right to shout from the rafters. But when you had the opportunity to not have one of Mitch McConnell's cronies in play and you didn't, it's your fault. Breonna Taylor's murderers are not in jail because of the voters in the state of Kentucky. If you listening in Kentucky and don't like what I'm saying, all you have to do is show me where I'm wrong, show me how they cheated, but they didn't cheat. Because just like last time, I don't like Hillary Clinton. She did this, she did that. And you didn't like Donald Trump, and I'm just gonna sit out. And guess what happened? You got a fascist in office who talking about staying there as long as the hell he wants to. Then you got these clowns like Mitch. How the hell is Mitch McConnell in play in the state of Kentucky? Well, Joe Biden, he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Would you rather fight? A dude with a gun in his hand behind his back, or a dude with a gun in his head cocked at your head? You would want to fight the dude with the gun that he has to draw it versus the dude with the gun pressed up against your temple. Because any false move and you are going to die. And I know it's some jackass out there talking about he MacGyver and he'll knock the gun out his head and he'll pull out some gum and then kill the dude, right? I know. Everybody but him would want to fight the dude with the gun behind his back. Because there's always one. It is always one. And if you're wondering, 2 years ago, there were 104 unarmed black people shot in the United States of America. Actually, it was 2015. 2015, 104 unarmed black people shot. 13 were brought to trial by cops. 13 were brought to trial. 4 of them still waiting to go to court. And 3 of them got jail time. And none of them did more than 3 years. Some of them even go to jail on the weekend. You hear me? Did you hear what I said? Some of these people who kill unarmed black people who in these damn race warrior suits are going to jail on the weekend like it's community service for murder. And see, this brings me to another point. You keep saying what politicians don't do. Politicians are like computers and robots. If you don't tell them what to do, they do what the hell they want to. They go with par for the course. You can't ask your laptop or your desktop to start up at 8 o'clock every morning, and then you on vacation and get mad. Why is this damn computer coming on at 8 o'clock every morning? Because that's what you told me to do, or just doing what it's normally doing. Politicians are swindlers by nature. Let's just keep it funny. These are not honest people to begin with. Who the hell wants a job like that? They can't get something out of it. Seriously. If you can't get nothing out of it, why would you take that job? Donald Trump is allegedly a billionaire. Why the hell would you want to be the president of the United States of America? Because there's some nonsense in it. But, like with any BSer, they need to do something so you can stay appeased, so you can continue to participate in their foolishness. But our community seems to be comfortable yelling and screaming at each other instead of yelling and screaming at the people who allegedly work for you. See, in order for a con man to be successful, he has to give you something. Which goes back to the original point at the top of the show. Can we get 10 things that our community, let's do it. If y'all like, man, call right now, 773-797-2409. Come up with 10 things that you need Kamala Harris, 10 things that you need Joe Biden, 10 things you need from your governor or mayor. Let's do that. 10 things that's going to help us be a better community. Because then, every time somebody goes to run up there and say, hey, vote for me, you can literally say, well, you do this, and this. You know you're really only looking for 8 of those things to be accomplished, maybe even 7. But if they can get you 7, hell, you'll be happy with 6. Because right now we ain't getting any. We're not getting any. So what is it that you want? Because if you don't start saying what you want, if this fascist goes back in office, you're going to be wanting some stuff that you need. And for those people like my man Frost, like Cummings, like Jones, I ain't going to say y'all names. I don't want nobody bother you on Facebook. Y'all talking about what Obama didn't do. And you pointing out that this president is saying what he's going to do in the future. I'm going to hit the lotto then. You feel like lending me your next paycheck? Because I'm going to hit the lotto. Why ain't he doing it now? Why is it taking him 4 years to do anything? He did for the HBCUs. No, actually, sorry, he didn't. That was a bill that Barack Obama signed for 10 years to give the HBCUs funding, and it expired this year, and all he did was re-sign and extend the bill. But because you, smart guy, don't pay attention to what's going on up until 6 months before the election, you don't know that. What has Kamala Harris done for our people? Well, her and Cory Booker signed, can't think it's something 40. I can't think of it's a reparations bill. Mitch McConnell, his cronies, shot it right down. Another bill Sister Harris got on the floor is, and she did this before she was running, she knew she was going to be the vice presidential candidate, the George Floyd bill, which is hung up. And George Floyd bill, for those who don't understand how that would help, too little, too late, or finally. But guess what? George Floyd didn't die to May, so almost June. The day before June, he died to the end. But the George Floyd bill, and this was done after she dropped out the presidential race, and it was 60 days before she even knew she was going to be the candidate. Because let's not forget, she was slapping Joe Biden around in the debates. But They didn't show that on Fox. They didn't show that on NBC or MSNBC or CNN. They didn't show that on that, so you didn't know about that. Or nobody said it, so you didn't pay attention to it. And they definitely didn't put it on Facebook. Part of the George Floyd bill is to remove the immunity from prosecution from the police. So when black people are being shot at an alarming rate, unarmed black people being shot and busted to their cribs, Sister Harris said that can't happen no more, and you just go to jail. And you didn't even have the threat of going to jail. And folks, be educated on these policies. Defunding the police department is not tearing up the police department, getting rid of the police. As I stated before, $5 billion goes into NYPD. $5 billion. There's some countries that operate their entire country on less. Why isn't it? How about this? Here's a question. Is one of the reasons people commit crime is because they don't feel they have opportunities? And if they don't feel that they have opportunities, if you don't have opportunities, then cool. And when you feel like your sense of hopelessness, you turn to desperate situations. You turn to desperate actions. And if you turn to desperate actions, which is potentially crime, then desperate times, desperate measures, desperate actions. Now, if I put money into a music program, if I put money in a technology program, seeing how we are scared to death of this epidemic or this pandemic that's happening right now, guess who are going to need a whole lot of people? The healthcare industry, the billing and coding industry. So the healthcare industry you're going to probably need about 600,000-700,000 more people. And that's an understatement, because let's not forget, when this pandemic first struck, New York were asking people they were paying people's way to New York, healthcare aides way to New York, in order to try to get this under control. Technology, the billing. You're going to need technology because, hey, in the foreseeable future, you're going to need stronger internet. You're going to need other apps that you can do virtual stuff in. Everything, people are going to be afraid to touch each other for a long time. So the technology world, is the first person that comes up with something that can remedy this is going to be richer than God. And you're going to need for cyber criminals. So technology is going to be booming. So how about taking some of that money back from the police, not overfunding them, buying militaristic weapons to control your citizens, and start putting it into counseling? Because there's a lot of counselors needed, because a lot of people lost their lost loved ones. Things that people need. It's going to be jobs out there that are needed. Things that people need. So let's just do $4 billion and put $1 billion into helping people. Because I'm sure $4 billion ain't going to kill the cops. How about this? The cops who really, those good cops that everybody be telling me about, all those good cops. Can somebody please tell me that means what are they doing to help? Because then they can be counselors, right? Because most of them are college educated, allegedly, or have some semblance of college education. You need 60 credits. That's an associate's degree. So take your associate's degree and go get some counseling so you can counsel your fellow officers. Since this job is so stressful, how about this? Do 90-day rotations. You ride around in your car for 90 days, and then you sit at the desk for 90 days and decompress. But see, because y'all not coming up with ways to help these people, they out there on edge. I'm gonna side with officers. They out there stressed out. That's why they going crazy killing people. How about this? If you want to spend $5 billion on to be a cop, how about you need 2 years of training to be a cop? You need a psychological evaluation to be a cop. How about this? No more people from the damn military being cops. Because they over there mistreating the people in the Middle East. They over there mistreating the people in all these brown countries. And they treating them like trash. And then they come over here and treat brothers and sisters the same way. That's not coincidental. You've seen movies. You people have written books. You've seen documentaries of how piss poor they treat the natives in the countries that they walking around with damn bulletproof vests, Kevlar vests, automatic weapons, and they raping these women and they killing these men. And you hear about these military people coming back all the time, screwed up. And then some of them ain't as outwardly as screwed up as you were thinking, and they become cops and they kill black folks. So, how about this? If you leave one of these war-torn countries with military, exactly, thank you, Benita, community policing. What a novel idea. No, it's 50 years, it's an idea that's 50 years old. Thank you, Benita. But if you come on from these war torn areas where you were policing the communities over there, how about this? Taking that dude and have him sit on somebody's couch for 7 months. And then make him go to college. And since y'all like segregation, since y'all like discrimination, seeing my city, hella segregated. If your ass ain't from the South Side, you can't be a cop on the South Side. If you're not from the West Side, you can't be a cop on the West Side. How about that? Because if you are entering an area in which the only time you've seen black people is when they running, jumping, dancing, and singing, then you don't know us. If you've never had an interaction with black folks, and I don't mean, we were at the rec center in college, and he was the only black dude there, so we picked him on the team. If you ain't been to a black person's house, if you ain't peeked at a black dude's sister, flirted with her, you don't need to be in no black community policing nothing. Because you have preconceived notions that's going to lead you to kill one of my brothers and sisters. And another point, approval. Brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, cousins. We do not need the approval of anybody. Ain't got no is how I'm going to speak. Now, if I choose to say I don't have, that works as well. But there's nothing wrong with me saying ain't got no. It's the way we speak. I'm speaking the point of language, and I'm gonna say this till I get to blue in the face. The point of language is to disseminate ideas between two or more people. If I say ain't got no, and you understood that I don't have, I said it right. Stop capitulating to everybody else. And please miss me with the nonsense about in the business situation, you can't speak like that. Because you know what? If we go back 100 years when racism was exactly where it is now, and it was a bunch of brothers who was saying ain't got no, and they got some money to open up, to start businesses. Or how about this? Go to One United Bank and help them with the $1 billion challenge, and that's the largest black-owned bank in America. And ain't got no, they know exactly what you're talking about, because if you present the numbers to somebody who understands the concept that ain't got no, they'll give you the money, and then you continue to blow up your community. So nobody ain't got no right to tell you how to speak. Now, if you want to speak proper English, it's cool. That's cool too. But you ain't got no right to tell me how I should or should not speak. Point blank, period. Embrace your imperfections, man. Embrace your imperfections. Because there's nothing wrong with you having those imperfections. It's part of who you are. Another thing, I don't give a damn if you burn down your city. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care about the Foot Locker. But you know what's even better than burning down your city? Walking past them damn stores. Walking past those stores. See, it's one thing. I always use the analogy of relationships because most of us have been in relationships in which the other person has annoyed us and we didn't want to be bothered with them, right? If you wanted to date somebody and y'all start dating and y'all break up and they hurt your feelings, it's momentarily satisfiable. It feels good to cuss them out and tell them exactly what's on your mind. But you know what have even longer term effect? When you just walk away. Like Nas said, I wish you the best even if you wish me the opposite. I learned that at 14. Now I was 15. This dude named Derek, I've told the story many times on the show as well. This dude named Derek, I spazzed out on a custom mount in the lunchroom line at my high school. Derek has never spoken to me again. Never said another word. He just looked at me and walked away. Never said another word. I apologize. He just looked at me and walked away. The fact that here we are 35 years later, I'm still speaking about it, is proof positive. When you walk away from somebody, when they've done something wrong to you and never deal with them again, it stings. I know a girl, ex-girlfriend. She thought she was telling me something and broke up with me. I said, all right, bet. I saw her like 15 years later. She said, man, I thought you finna jump on me. I said, why? You just walked away. I was scared of you for like 6 months. I said, oh, okay. And walked away again. See, when you leave foolishness alone, foolishness don't know how to deal with you. Yelling, screaming, cussing, acting a fool. The greatest protest is what Dr. King did to their bus company. Screw your bus company. Screw your bus company. Bought it to his knees. We ain't finna argue with y'all no more. We got to get on the back. We ain't getting on at all. We ain't getting on at all then. If I got to get on the back, I'm not getting on. And they ain't say, y'all better do this. They just said, oh, we done. See, you have to, it's this thing in our culture called Sankofa. It is a bird. It is a bird with his baby, with an egg in his mouth looking backward. It means to get to the future, you must look back and see how the same problems were solved in the past. We disengaged, brought that bus company to its knees. All it took was you to get to know the people in your community, you to have a common goal, a common enemy, acknowledge a common enemy, and then move forward. That's all it took. That's all it took. Oh, well, you don't want to deal with me? Cool. We don't want no black people over here? That's cool. We not ever come. See, a boycott is something you return to. See, I ain't boycotting somebody who mistreat me. See, disrespect will be met with equal disrespect. You niggas can't come over here. Oh, we niggas? Not a problem. Not a problem. I understand we niggas is cool. But the niggas ain't coming back over here ever. See, we got this thing. To me, we got it twisted. I ain't gonna mess with you for a little while and then you gonna feel the sting. Like, even though I've never purchased anything Gucci in the history of me being on earth, but I wouldn't buy a Gucci bag. Gucci couldn't put a commercial singing my praises on TV and say, we're gonna sing you Gucci. When it gets to my house, I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna put a commercial on air saying, this is how I feel about you, Gucci. The Gap, another company, but y'all gonna hire Kanye thinking y'all gonna accept us. I remember Tommy Hill figured the Tommy fig. We don't want brothers in our stuff. If you brazen enough to come out your mouth and say something negative about my community, then cool. I ain't got to argue with you. I'm not accepting your apology. We will not be cool in a year, and a month, and a day, and an hour. We're not going to do none of that. I'm just done with you. Forever. If you disrespect my community, I'm going to treat you like you punched my mom in the face. And there it is. When somebody disrespects our community, we have to leave them alone forever. See, because when you leave them alone forever, then they understand the severity of their offense. See, if you punch somebody's mom in the face, you know that's the end of whatever you and that person had going on. Ain't nobody in the history of the world gonna let you punch their mom in the face and deal with you. You could be the biggest rumpa bum in the world, and somebody punch your mom in the face. First of all, they should die. But if they don't die, if you don't eliminate them, then you should never, ever deal with them again. It's about to go down. That's it, y'all. All right, you're going to disrespect me. You're going to disrespect my community. Cool. I'm done with you. Like being mad at Daniel Cameron. For what? He rolling with the people who got him there. He dancing with the people who got him there. Candace Owen. I said I would never say her name on here, but I'm for this purpose, I'm going to say it. I'm not mad at her. She's a damaged individual, but you can never come over inside again. When y'all let Omarosa back. No. When the other team fire you, you just independent now. Y'all could be on. It's three teams: oppose us, against us, and suckers in the middle. If you suckers in the middle, you against us because at some point you was rolling with them. If you're going to take a political stance, then that means you didn't do your research and you were against us, and anything can turn you back there. So if you ain't doing enough research to be on our team, we don't want you. I saw the light. Okay, well, you start doing work on your end, and you really don't need our help. You don't really need our help. We cool over here, though. Thanks. Appreciate you. Holla at your boy. That's how you do it. And with that being said, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Built for This Network. I am HRap B. Need y'all to continue to engage. Like me and D Gray said on Thursday on Couch Potatoes, we finna reinstitute this thing we used to call Black Spreaker. Well, if it's a program on Spreaker, do what I do, man. Even if I don't listen to the program, you know what I do? I open up 4 or 5 windows on my laptop or my iPad, and I play 4 or 5 shows from our community. Get people them plays, man. It ain't gonna hurt you. You could be watching something else and not even know what I'm listening to. I mean, not even know what I'm saying. Just now, good show, HRap at the end of it. You ain't heard a word I said. I do it with a lot of people, man. If I'm too busy to do it, that's what I do. Later on tonight, well, actually in a minute, man, the homie D Gray, he gonna be on in a minute. He gonna be on within a half hour. D Gray is always putting out great programming. Please support my brother. He in the chat room. I don't know if he gonna do it on his 405 joint or on the Gudio, or if he gonna do it on X. Why? If you follow me, you gonna get an alert. You gonna just go to one of my groups and you gonna get an alert. And from my man D Gray. Period. Full stop. Then Black Swan to be on a little later. And then tomorrow, I think Ready for Life come on, and I know D Gray coming on tomorrow night. Monday morning, the number 1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern, he talking entertainment, he talking sports, he talking life. Monday night, ain't nobody. D Gray back on Monday night. Tuesday, My man DJ Mad Knox, he gonna be in the building, killing it as usual. Tack on hip hop. Then it's me, Joe McGee, aka Joe from Houston, aka Joe from Dallas, aka Joe from Chicago. He got a bunch of, and then that's the homie Joe. Joe not gonna be on Tuesday more than likely because it's his birthday, and he flying from one of his many destinations in America back to Houston. So happy birthday, Joe. We gonna say that again Tuesday, but happy birthday to the homie Joe, and happy birthday to Miss Unique's son. When Miss Unique ain't been around, but you know, you gotta take a break sometime. And then Red Beauty come on after me on Tuesday. I ain't forget Red Beauty. I know Red Beauty gonna listen to this. She gonna be proud of me that I didn't forget. Red Beauty come on, and then New Max Radio, Tasty Talk. Whole lot of fun, adult conversation. Y'all will love it. Tune in. Wednesday, D Great. Westside Wednesday. Wednesday evening, The Backyard with my man Big Illinois. Thursday, why am I so quick to go to Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Cheers and Knox, Theory of the Culture. Me and D Great, Couch Potatoes. Mandela Young, potentially behind closed doors. Friday, my man DJ Mad Knox again, killing it again. The Ride Home Mix. Damn, I'm drawing a blank, man. I'm sorry, Knox. I sound like retards. And then Friday night, Big Illinois. I got a new T-shirt. That's why I keep wearing. I got a new tattoo. That's why I keep wearing that white beat on my Avi. Grown folks music. And then we back at it, man. Lisa Duke will be back. Hopefully, she's back in good health. God bless you, Lisa. Get healthy as soon as possible. I'll be back in 168 hours. Deacon Dale will be on with the Blues Club. I forgot Deacon Dale on Wednesday. I knew it was something else. We had Wednesday, Deacon Dale, the happy hour. Hopefully, nothing else foolish happens and they continue to be the happy hour. Because Deacon Dale, his show is still super dope, but it wasn't a happy hour because Deacon Dale was upset. And you know how hard it is to understand him when he's not upset. So remember, download the app, Understand Deacon Dale with No Problems.com. His accent is awful thick. And he owns a couple of those bodegas in New York and Brooklyn, and he owns a couple of them hotels, them slime ball hotels. So, you know, his accent is pretty thick, but he's a good guy otherwise. So go to www.IneedToUnderstandDeaconDale.com, and you'll be able to understand my brother Deacon Dale. He out of Baltimore. He sounds like a combination of Omar, Prop Joe, and Snoop. So, you know, his accent's pretty thick. It's like cutting through a brick of government cheese, but he's a good guy. Well, with that being said, man, I'd like to thank y'all again for tuning in. I appreciate everybody in the chat room. I have a health note after this coming up. Please pay attention. But this is me signing off. Dream those dreams and man up and woman up and live those dreams. Life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows in technicolor surround sound. Rest in peace, Reggie O'Shea. Thank you, Podfather. 2 fingers, 1 word. This your man HRap B. This is built for this network. We are out.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I'm your minister of wellness. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. 19 excellent health benefits of longevity spinach. Have you already ever heard of that? Yeah, Nutritarian Nate. Nutritarian Nate. Thanks, brother. Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I'm your minister of wellness. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. 19 excellent health benefits of longevity spinach. Have you already ever heard of that? Yeah, Nutritarian Nate. Nutritarian Nate. Thanks, brother. I know I'm just getting around to it. One of my greatest success stories here. Nutritarian Nate. Happy belated birthday to you, brother. He's 45 years old. Look at this picture, brothers and sisters. 45 years young, lean, mean, killing machine. Nutritarian Nate. That's his name. Check him out on Instagram. He sent me this article So I could add to let food be thy medicine, medicine be thy food. I make sure I include a delicious recipe in it. It's called longevity spinach. Longevity spinach. That's what it's called. And it's mostly found in China, Africa, Southeastern Asia. And now the technical name for it is Gynura leaves or Gynura leaves, and they can grow up to 20 centimeters long, 10 centimeters wide. But it's called longevity spinach, and it has many health benefits, as do all the leafy green vegetables. Of course, check out my playlist, Let Food Be Thy Medicine, Medicine Be Thy Food, and also the 12 components. The power of the G-bomb. So this is a dark leafy green vegetable, and I try it out and let me know how it tastes. Brothers and sisters, before I dive into the 19 health benefits of longevity spinach recommended courtesy of the great nutritarian Nate, let me remind you that my last event for 2020 is on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Saturday, October 31st, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, St. Louis, Missouri. That's where I'm at. All of my events are now in St. Louis. You have to come to St. Louis if you want to attend. It's completely free. This is the last one for 2020. I'd love to shake your hand October 31st. To register for the event, if you can't make it, it will be live streamed, but I need your email. And also there will be a registration link for those who want to attend in person. I need your email, brothers and sisters. Register by clicking that link in the description box, pin comment section, or visit the Minister of Wellness. A pop-up box will appear into your email. When I have your email, you start receiving recipes Monday through Friday, including Friday desserts. Until the pandemonium starts with flu season and the second wave, I have to continue to talk about organic sea moss and astragalus. They're world renowned, and those are the two that will go first and will go quickly. They will not be available. It's already hard to find legitimate sea moss and astragalus. Get yours now. Stock up for yourself and your loved ones. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com, 888-847-8026, 888-847-8026. Here are some of the medicines in longevity spinach: saponins, oil ester, flavonoids, tannin, vanilla polyphenols, hydrochloric acid, acid P, hydroxybenzoate, alkaloids, triterpenoids, sterol, vitamin K. These are medicines that the satanic pharmaceutical industry pulls out so they can sell for profit. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. These are supposed to be the happy videos. Oh, man, these are supposed to be the happy videos. Let me stop. Okay, so they have anticoagulants that help to dilute blood clots, stimulate blood circulation, stop the occurrence of bleeding. They contain diuretics that help remove urine. They antitoxic, which can cleanse toxins in the body. This is all the benefits of longevity spinach. This is amazing. Anti-cholesterol, they're helpful for controlling cholesterol in the blood. They help to lower your body temperature. They help to lower blood pressure. They help lower your blood sugar, reduce inflammation, relieve pain, lower cholesterol and triglycerides, to kill and prevent bacterial proliferation. They help to slow down the growth of cancer cells. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. This is amazing. From one green leafy vegetable, I can't help but to get excited. One. But you still have the food, though. You can't eat nothing. There's nothing to eat. Nothing to eat except chitlins and hog piss and hog manure, because the fruits and vegetables are polluted too. Longevity spinach can treat strokes, reduce rheumatoid arthritis. I do have videos for each of these, by the way. Prevent and reverse all disease playlist. If you have any of these diseases, I have videos on them already for free, telling you exactly what you need to do. This is just one more medicine food to add to your arsenal, okay? Treat diabetes. Treat heartache. Yes, sir. Treat hypertension. Whew, this is amazing. Treat bleeding or swelling of the breast. That's a disorder that can cause pain sensation in your breast, can be caused by numerous problems. Get the female hormonal herbal extract. Of course, for hypertension, I have the lower blood pressure herbal extract, blood sugar for diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, the ultimate immunity building package, stroke, reverse heart disease, high blood pressure package. Longevity spinach can help treat wounds. So if you're having problem healing because of inflammation, I do have the reduced inflammation herbal extract. It can help treat bites from wild animals, can help treat warts, can help treat ganglion. Those are small cysts filled with fluid that often appear as bumps on the hands and wrists, on your feet, ankles, knees, or shoulders. But longevity spinach, you can use them in your salad, will help treat that condition. The medicine foods of God, that's the healing for your body, the healing for your brain, the healing for your soul. Treating cough and vomiting blood. Yes, longevity spinach helps with seizures in children. It helps with a type of fever that can be transmitted through mosquito bites. It can cause death if it's not properly treated. Longevity spinach will help you. It helps treat sprains. It helps treat hemorrhoids because of the fiber. Okay, so you can drink a potion of it from the stew, or you can mix the spinach leaves with a little aloe vera. It helps you overcome menstrual disorders. Longevity spinach. Again, female hormonal herbal extract, remove black spots on the face. Longevity spinach. I have a skincare herbal extract that can help you with the nutrition, sexual and reproduction function enhancement activity. I have a libido herbal extract for men and then one for women. But longevity spinach helps with that, and it has anti-cancer activities. Behold the medicine foods of God. I have given you every herb bearing seed upon the face of the earth. It shall be food for you. The leaves, all for the healing of the nations. That's another segment in Let Food Be Thy Medicine. Thanks, Brother Nate. Thanks, Nutritarian Nate. Again, check him out. Check him out on Instagram, Nutritarian Nate. From 280 to 180. I'm sorry, 285 to 180 pounds. Nutritarian Nate. Thank you all. I need your success stories, brothers and sisters, if this ministry has blessed your life. Make sure I get your email so you can get recipes. There'll be a recipe with spinach in the description box, pinned comment section. Enjoy. TheMinisterOfWellness.com. I named several herbal extracts. You can find them all there. TheMinisterOfWellness.com. Get what you need for your health. If you have any questions about what's best for you, or you need help placing an order, or any other concerns, just call 888-847-8026, 888-847-8026. That's the same number to call to book a wellness consultation with me. Don't hesitate, brothers and sisters. Invest in your health. Let's get on the phone. Don't be scared. Get on the phone and let me pick apart that boo-boo chicken you still eating. 888-847-8026. Go to Facebook. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy. That's how you find me on Facebook. Join our online community. I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. The more you follow me, the better. The Minister of Wellness is how you find me. TheMinisterOfWellness.com/give. That's the official donation page. Brothers and sisters, free events, thousands of dollars in the hole. My nonprofit organization. Please help. Those lectures, those free lectures and these free videos have helped you and blessed your life. I'm asking for your assistance. Always to donate listed on that page, description box, pinned comment section. The Most High will richly bless you for your love and support. That's theministerofwellness.com/give. Eat your G-bombs and your longevity spinach, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. The medicine foods of God.
We are built for this network, for the strong, not the weak.